Um, the endless drone of weed whackers and blowers and lawnmowers has stopped for the moment. My youngest daughter is napping. My wife and my older daughter are out. So I'm going to attempt to just get a couple things on the hi-hat recorded just so we have something to work with here drum wise. Um, this song, again, it's called Rumination, or at least that's what I named it 6 or 7 years ago. I think it was seven. Nah, it might have been seven. Um, this used to have all electronic drums and everything in it, and I'm I'm just abandoning that course. It never really worked out for me. It was too many options all the time, and that's not good for my personality type. I've always wanted a drum set to be able to really dial it in, um, and then if I need to add effects or change the sound of the drums to suit the song, I can do that afterwards. But I've always kind of wanted to have a baseline, starting point, a real kit. Um, so we bought the Ludwig Pocket Kit for my daughter's birthday. It was kind of like a family gift, like a gift to her, also a gift to me, which is why I didn't get just like $125 Amazon drum set because that'd have been, it'd have been useless. My understanding is if you replace the heads on the Ludwig Pocket Kit and pair it with some good cymbals, you can have pretty decent sounding kit. And you know what? Like I said, we're in my living room right now. One of these days I'll have another camera and I'll be able to kind of show you guys around. But this isn't a studio. This isn't a polished acoustical space. But it's been 3 or 4 years since I was really able to buckle down and write music. Being a stay-at-home dad with two kids, and I'm ready to start writing again. And I also want to inspire my daughters and set a good example and as far as like determination goes and um, just continue to aspire to get better at at it all, at playing, at engineering. um, so yeah, we moved my stuff up from the basement to kind of pair with the growing collection of musical toys that we were gathering. um, and now we've got a pretty nice little musical space. I got a little $50 keyboard right here to my left that I got off Craigslist. And for the Pocket Kit, um, we just did a little bit of a cymbal upgrade. I snagged on Prime Day this pack of like low volume stainless steel cymbals from Sonic Cake, it's called. And they don't sound great, but they sound much better than the cymbals that came with it. There's more of them, so we have a ride. We have two crashes now. I'm really not that concerned with the sound of the ride and the crashes. I mean, I've been using garbage sounding, digital MIDI sample cymbals for 10 years now. So to actually have something to hit and really feel out those articulations with my hands and my ears rather than like dialing it in on as MIDI data. Um, it's been a really nice change. So for the past few weeks, the hi hat is the only one that doesn't sound like I'm a little worried that the hi hat won't pass for now. But we'll see what we can do, and if that's the case, um, we'll invest in a hi hat. We're definitely going to be doing some upgrades in here. I've already got from Aquarian. I've got the Super Kick 2 16-inch kick drum head. Supposedly this can really tighten up the sound of this little kick drum and get a good thump out of it. So I, I'm not a drummer, so I didn't know how these things work, and I didn't know that that doesn't come as a pair. So that's the back, and I need to get the front, uh, a new front head. So I'll do that pretty quick here. Um, we upgraded the audio interface, we being me, but I'm with you guys, so we went from the Scarlett 2i2 to the Scarlett 18i20 because eventually I want to be able to mic this whole kit up. And you know, eventually we'll probably end up down in the basement again. I got to do some work down there. It's like a 90% finished basement, but the ceiling needs to be redone. And you know, it doesn't have any carpet or anything, so it's really echoey and it's cold and dank, and there's mice peeing in my guitar cases. And yeah, it just I had to get out of there for now. It's too hard to go down there. The girls don't really want to be down there, and when they do, they just want to play on the stairs, which is a nightmare. So um yeah, so we got the new Scarlett 18920, and it is killer. I feel super guilty for buying it so soon after having to also upgrade my MacBook Pro because mine was like a 2015 or 16 back when I went to university, and it was deathly slow already. And when I started trying to do OBS with it, it was not happening. So it's been an expensive July, but it's going to be an awesome August. So I can hear like one lawnmower in the distance. Whatever. We're not even probably going to use this. I just want to get something down just because I'm excited. We got new stuff to play with, and you know, I'm excited to get this channel going. So I'm just gonna kind of loop the recording here, and you should hear the full mix. I'm gonna have the monitors off and just have headphones on. But I'm gonna hit record, and I'm gonna like a goofball run around the drum set here and just try to start playing some things. I am not a drummer. Like I can play drums, and I've been programming drums for long enough and played. My brother was a drummer. One of my really good friends was a very talented drummer. So you know, I've been around them enough to know and to kind of channel what they would do or would have done. Um, but you know, I've only been playing for like a month. We got it for my daughter's birthday back in the beginning of June. So yeah, I'm gonna press go and do this and just get something to play around with. So it's just a combination of moving the things onto the grid and then just doing the time stretch to the previous one. And I do this a good bit with when I need to correct a guitar part, I'll do this. Or if something's like a little hard, because I don't get to play that often. Every time I pick up anything, I have two toddlers all over me. Anytime I try to do anything. So you'll see there'll be days where I'm gonna post just because it's crazy and I want everyone to know. Um, you'll see they'll be all over me. We're sitting at this desk and I'll be trying to talk, you know, and show you guys something, and they're gonna be right there, making noise, touching buttons. So it's a little stressful. The thing I'm most stressed about now is this new laptop and the new interface because it's probably the most money I've spent on anything music wise since I bought, I don't know, like 10 years ago now. No, it had to have been longer than that. Maybe like 14 years ago, I bought a Jackson Dinky JS22 or something. It was a pretty sick guitar. It was like 800 bucks. Um, and yeah, and you know, I treated that thing like a baby. And so these are like now, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, these are getting up into that pro audio category. And it's hard to spend that much money on myself these days. Actually, any days. But yeah, let's get back to sorting out these hi-hats. Sorry for rambling there. All right, actually, I'm gonna do it in silence because I'm already getting annoyed with that sound. Bring that back. And Time stretch. I remember when I was in school and like the time stretch options were just starting to come out on Pro Tools and stuff. And I remember always hearing that like, oh, they were going to add all these artifacts and weird glitchy digital sounds into your stuff, and like I just like haven't found it to be that detrimental. But then again, I've never made a song that sounded good enough to be on the radio. Uh, and I just know that, you know. Um, that's why none of my family and friends know that I'm doing this, because you just don't get like the feedback that you need. Like what I need is to like face the world and let a musician tell me that I'm either good or I'm bad or somewhere in between. It's like I said, it doesn't have to all be black and white. Um, but I definitely, get a little bit nervous to hear that. So this time I'm doing it on my own, and no one's gonna know about it. Friends and family. It's not for them. It's for you guys. If you're here and you're watching this, then you're probably into uh, music, or maybe my voice is soothing to you. I don't know. Some people have those ASMR voices. My wife thinks I should read audiobooks. Uh, I don't know. Never really. I wouldn't even know how to go about that. So this is the closest thing I could think of. Let's hear what that did. I thought about keeping all the MIDI data just to use as like a template for the timing, because I figured I would have to do something like this. But it just, I just didn't want all that clutter on the screen. So we'll do it this way, and once I get going and get back up to speed and remember what it's like to use the grid, things will be a little faster because I'll know where each transient is probably supposed to go. But just like I've got a lot going on musically right now, learning piano, and I'm kind of like overloaded in terms of like doing things properly, because I'm really trying to do that properly. I want to get musical theory down better because it just makes writing easier. It'll be just less guesswork. So, okay, so that little guy there was off. So what I can do is, let's do the split tool right at that transient. And like a little off is good. I used to like to use like the humanize setting. That was one of the craziest things I was missing from Ableton. No, like some of like the set all MIDI notes to one length. I couldn't find that on there. Um, like a quick humanize. I couldn't find that on there. It was very strange to me, that because I use that a lot. But yeah, that sounds kind of cool right there. So yeah, what I was trying to get on the drum was like to have those hits articulated. So um, and then so it just took a while to like get it. Something was always wrong. If I got the hand speed correct and like um, the rhythm of it. What do they call those? I was just watching a YouTube on where you do with like different just different practices for getting your hands to work faster and more smoothly and more coordinated. Think of it. You already know it, and you're already thinking of it, and you're going, you're an idiot. I can see that one could be sped up just a little bit there, shortened. there. I really gotta go get my mouse. There's that one that's slightly off again, and just speed it up a little for now. Let's just get it done. Oh, you know what I'm gonna have to do though? Is probably cut it. That way I can extend this one without moving the start time of it. And 3, and cut, and 1, and back, and back, back. I got way off towards the end there. Definitely got very off. Okay, that sounds pretty good, man. This is gonna be this is gonna be lo-fi music. And rather than, you know, get pissed that it can't be more than that right now, that's just what it's gotta be, dude. Three. See, like that one, when I go to the grid, you see that transient is hanging over. Like, I don't mind that much. I want that there. I don't want it to be too good. I'm not that good. I mean, clearly I'm not, but yeah, I'm not into the robotic, and that's why I just was like, I couldn't. It's so funny. I was listening and I was trying to tell this to my wife yesterday. We were listening to Taylor Swift in the car, and we haven't talked much at all. This is our 43rd minute right now. Uh, you'll come to learn what some of my favorite bands are and stuff, but and Taylor Swift she's up there because I hear her so much, but I like Taylor Swift a lot. Um, my wife doesn't listen to anything else, so I've been getting finally a little tailored out for the first time ever. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a departure from my general favorite types of music. But whatever, Taylor's dope. But anyways, that was ridiculous. Um, so we were listening to one of her songs in the car, and it was kind of like a hip hop style hi hat, where it was just really one dimensional. Just maybe they modulated the velocity, but just back and forth one time for each hit. Uh, but other than that, it was very da, 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 da. And I don't know what it is when I hear that on a hip hop song, or it doesn't bother me. I'm like, yeah, that's the style of music. That's how it's supposed to sound. And I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that. It doesn't sound good with guitars and stuff for me personally. Like it sounds like a demo, you know. Um, and that's what I'm gonna try to do, even though I'm just one guy, um, and I can't I can't really play a full song on the drums. Uh, I want to try to capture that band sense because it's the only way I hear it. It's how it's when I am listening to the type of music that I listen to, more often than not, it's their bands. There's some funk bands, there's some metal bands. I do like EDM a lot. I love going to festivals and stuff. So you will hear that influence in some of these songs as well. But yeah, I feel like the way that I write, the way I hear things, as if a group of musicians was together playing, as opposed to just writing on a drum machine or something. Because I tried to do it and I just didn't do it that well. You could just, oh, I forgot it. This one has the two-finger scroll on the trackpad. Duh. Yeah, that wasn't even a thing on my old laptop. That's how old it was. Going so we need to find another hit there because I'm not going to redo it all for just that. So you just copy, it was a lower velocity hit. Maybe I put that there. We'll see how it that's not even necessary. Yeah, it's better. The other thing that I can't decide if I want to stress on is like a different take. That way let's just have a little different. I hate to have two of the same hit in a row, but you can totally hear it. Maybe I can, maybe there's a way to pitch it down. And maybe a crashing really nice, but we're at 53 minutes. Try this to an hour. Oh, maybe we could put on there is, oh, I do have my plug on one. This is SPL right now. Click to activate. I don't know how to use this sidechain filter yet. Sorry if this has been too loud this whole time. Nice. I'm excited to get I'll work on this kick drum head and get that going. See how it sounds with just replacing the back. Um, but my personality will probably, I'll just have to get the front too. We'll get that going. I want to get the kick good and the snare good. I'm really just concerned about the kick, the snare, hi-hat, and the ride. For now, crashes and toms I'll do later. Um, Down the line once I kind of get this track pieced back together and sounding like a song, and then we'll figure out those accent points. So, thanks so much for hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed it. And it's my first one, so hopefully they'll get a little smoother and less dilly-dallying and a little more productive. And maybe I'll get funnier. Probably not, because I'm actually getting less funny the older I get. Um, and yeah, I look forward to tomorrow. Try to get back tomorrow, and if not, no, we're gonna get back tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see you then. Peace out, guys.